guys, and welcome back to my channel, or if you're new, welcome. I'm Mand. So it feels like it's been forever since I've actually sat down and recorded anything. I think it's been about probably 2 weeks since I've sat down and actually recorded something, which is quite some time, but life. And it was a bank holiday here in Ireland this week, so things just went a little bit pear-shaped, but that is okay. That happens, and we've got to learn to just go, okay, deal with it, move on to the next thing. So today's video, which you probably can see by the title, is Would You Like You If You Met You? And I had that saved on my phone for quite some time. And I posted it on Instagram. So if you don't follow me on Instagram, it is Mystic Mand. It's all in the description box below. So if you want to go check out my Instagram, I would really appreciate it. And if you want to give me a follow, I will follow back. But it kind of got me thinking on this whole thing about would you like you if you met you? And it's really thought-provoking. And I was really interested, and I did post about it a small bit, but I wanted to kind of dedicate a video on it and kind of see what are your thoughts about it, or how do you feel about it. So would you like you if you met you? So let's get stuck into some things that kind of were ticking over in my head, and I'd love to share it with you and see what do you think. Do you have the same views? Do you have a different view? It doesn't matter. Let's get to it. So, how many of us can 110% say that we would actually like ourselves if we were to meet ourselves? And a lot of us straight away either say, no, maybe, not really, definitely not, I don't know. How many of us would genuinely actually say, yeah, you know, if I was to meet myself, I would like who I was? And the reason being is instantly when we're asked a question like that, we as humans react straight away with, oh, but this is wrong with me and that is wrong with me, or I don't like this part of me. And that's what really got me into thinking how important self-care and self-love is. So I'm here to tell you, first of all, stop. Don't initially, and I know it's very hard or challenging, sorry, we are going to use the word challenging instead of hard or it's difficult. It's challenging not to look at the negative parts of ourselves when we come across a question like this. Now, we probably don't come across them that often, but when we do, we tend to probably just glance past them because we just don't want to know. And I don't think sticking your head in the sand is going to help, especially when it comes to self-care and self-love, because it's very important. First of all, the most important thing, or one of the most important things that we must learn is, are we ready? Happiness comes from within. It doesn't come from somebody else. It doesn't come from having material things, or the nice house, or the nice car, or the flashy things, or whatever it is. It doesn't matter. Yes, we may get moments of happiness. Of course. It's the best part of life, isn't it? Experiencing all these different emotions and situations and all that. But happiness, true happiness, comes from within. You have to be happy with yourself before anything else. You cannot expect other things as such to fall into place if you're not aligned yourself. So that is why happiness and love must come from within first before it can come from anywhere else. Somebody else cannot influence your happiness or your self-love, because nobody can make you love yourself. Does that make sense? So nobody, it doesn't matter whether it's your mom or your dad or your grandmother, grandfather, aunts, uncles, cousins, boyfriend, girlfriend, wife, husband, the whole list, whatever is the case, they cannot make you love yourself or like yourself, or make you happy from within. Yes, they may make you happy, of course. I have so many people in my life that make me really happy and I love having them around, but they cannot make me love myself or bring with that happiness from within. It's just not possible, because you have to be happy with yourself. Nobody, and I mean nobody, can do that for you except you. Loving yourself isn't just loving yourself on your good days or when you're feeling really happy and bright and positive. It's about loving yourself more on the down days and the days that you're not feeling 100% and you tend to be a lot harder on yourself. It's about accepting the shadow part of you. So we have a light side, which is all, the nice and the friendly, and then we also have a shadow part of ourselves, which sometimes we tend to want to push aside because we don't want to acknowledge that side of us. And it's very important to acknowledge that side of us and to ask, whether it's your guides or your angel, whatever you want to call it, to help you accept all that you are. On your worst days, you should really be saying, I know you're not in the best place right now, and I know you're not feeling it, but I love you anyway. It's about really embracing who you are, and I mean all of who you are. It's not just about physical, but everything is aligned. So it's not just your physical body, that is important, but it's also your mental, emotional, and spiritual. It's about embracing the whole lot. Maybe you're not spiritual, that doesn't matter. Everybody's different. Maybe you're whatever. I'm not even going to throw out suggestions there, but it's whatever. Obviously, I always say it resonates with you, but it's especially emotional, mental, and physical. They're very important, and it's to love all of those together, not just one or the other. It's about loving as a whole. Another important topic I actually wanted to talk about, it kind of stems off a little bit from it, but I do think it is highly important. Personal opinion. Just want to say that it's a personal opinion. Is that we have to learn, I know this is going to be maybe difficult for some people, we need to learn how to be okay with being alone. So we need to enjoy our own company, which I think it scares a lot of people, because when we're alone, we tend to think a lot or overthink things. Well, if you don't have anxiety, you probably don't think like that, but I do, so I tend to overthink things. But I like being alone. I like having, I suppose, downtime, time to myself, do the things that maybe I want to do, whatever is the case. I'm very lucky that everybody in my life really appreciates that and they understand, but not to a point where you're antisocial. I know myself, I can be sometimes, which is a side of me that, yes, I'm still learning to accept. It's just the choice of being a little bit different, isn't it? If you know what I mean. Maybe you don't. Maybe you've lots of friends. But the point is, being surrounded by people is great. It's amazing. You couldn't be without it. Human interaction is so important. But learning to be by yourself, you get to learn a lot about yourself. You get to really learn who you are. And if you don't like who you are when you were alone, you cannot expect to fully, I suppose in so many terms, really accept yourself. Because the thing is, you need to like yourself when you are alone. You can't just like yourself when you're surrounded by family or friends or with your other half, whatever is the case. Because when they're gone, who are you when they're not there? That's really important. You need to realize who you are. Do you love every part of you when you're alone? Because if you don't, maybe you do. That's okay. That's great. That's actually pretty amazing. But if there are parts of you that you don't like, no need to worry. I'm here to tell you that. There's no need to worry. you can change that. If there's certain parts that you're just like, oh, well, I don't really like this. Maybe I think a little bit too negative, or I don't know, I don't want to be putting words into people's mouths, but maybe there's just certain things. If you can change them, then do work on it. If you're not sure how, ask. Google is your best friend. YouTube is great. You can learn all these things. There's so much stuff out there that can help you change and become a better person. But isn't that all we want in life, really? Well, such, to a certain extent, to just be a better version of ourselves, or just a better person in general. I'm always trying to be better than what I was yesterday. But being a better person doesn't mean you're better than so and so. Oh, I'm great, I'm good at whatever. But they might be good at something else. You're not in competition with anyone else but yourself, because at the end of the day, we all end up going out pretty much the same way, maybe a little bit more of it, but it's the truth. Because the thing is, at the end of the day, your life shouldn't matter to them and vice versa, because it's your life, and people will always have opinions. We gotta learn that. People will always have opinions, but that's what they are. Their opinion. It's not fact. It's not the truth about you. You know the truth about you. You know who you are. And if there's certain things you don't, go find them. Go discover who you are. If that means you have to travel somewhere and go camping in the mountains to find yourself and meditate, I don't know. Maybe it's reading that book that caught your eye in that store. Do what it is that you need to do to find out who you are. And if you were to meet yourself, would you like yourself then? It took me quite some time to realize that to be alone, you have to be okay with it. Because for a while, I've always liked alone time. I've never really understood it. I guess I am very selective who I hang out with. Just totally fine. There's nothing wrong with that. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. But you see, that's just it. For a long time, I thought there was something wrong. Why do we have to think that way? It's just learning to accept certain parts of us that we're kind of like, but why am I like that? You just are. Okay, there probably is a reason. You just have to dig deep within yourself. I can't give you the answers. That would be great, because then somebody could give me answers about myself sometimes. But it's about accepting ourselves and not taking on other people's opinions and judgments. And I know it's challenging, and it can be a little bit heartbreaking when somebody calls you this or that. But again, it's not fact. It's not the truth. It is their opinion. And you just leave it at that. You leave them, you go, okay, that's your opinion. Fine. But it really got me thinking, would I like me if I were to meet me? If it was a couple of years ago, I probably would have said no. I don't think so. Because I wouldn't have been somebody that I would have liked to have met back then. But if you ask me now, would I like me if I met me? The truth is, I actually would. And it might be a bit shocking. I think, I believe, it's not just I think, I do believe if I was to meet myself, I would actually like myself and sit down and have a cup of coffee, because that'd be cool. One of me is enough though, but I think if I was, I really would like who I am. So let me ask you, would you like you if you met you? And if you don't, if you say no, that's okay. We don't need to panic, because we can change at any stage of our lives that we want it. It's never too late. I always hear that from some people. Oh, but it's too late to... Okay, maybe there's certain things that have a deadline and you needed to meet that deadline. That's fine. But there's other things in life. Oh, it's too late to go back to college. It's not too late. You can go at any stage. You're not too old. There's no such thing. Well, but you know what I mean. It's never too late. You can always change. You know, everything changes all the time. You just got to learn to embrace it. And if there's certain things about yourself that you don't like, work on it. We can always work to be better people. So I hope you enjoyed my video, guys. I hope I didn't ramble a bit too much. If you made it this far, thank you. I appreciate it so much. I don't know, do you like these kind of videos? I kind of like sitting down actually and sharing my thoughts on certain things that I don't know, do other people talk about it? Maybe nobody wants to talk about it, but I'm making a video because I wanted to do, and I feel pretty good doing it, so why not? So hopefully you might enjoy it. As always, if you like this video, please give it a huge thumbs up. I would really appreciate it. Comment below. I'd like to hear what your thoughts are. Would ye like ye if you met ye? I'm curious. You don't have to give me a whole reason. Yes, no, maybe. I'm curious now what other people think. If you like my channel and you enjoy hearing what I have to say, I do several different topics. It could be a haunted one next or paranormal, who knows. I enjoy it. I like making videos. That's what I like doing. Subscribe to my channel. I would really appreciate it. We'd love to have you. And of course, hit that bell if you want to be notified when I upload. At the moment, this week it was a bit all over the place, but that's okay. Next week it will be back to normal. And of course, sending you so much love and light your way, guys. I hope you have the most amazing day wherever you are in the world. Of course, it's nearly the weekend here, so I hope you have an amazing weekend. And I will see you in the next video. Bye, guys.